As it moves forward, Italy continues to embrace its dual identity, both a keeper of ancient traditions and a driver of modern movements. Welcome to Historical Moments, where we take you on a journey through time. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you fascinating stories, pivotal events, and unforgettable moments that have shaped our world. Whether it's a significant battle, a game-changing discovery, or a moment of triumph, we uncover the history that defines us. Subscribe and join us as we explore the past, one moment at a time. Italy, a land of endless beauty and boundless history, a place where time seems to whisper from ancient ruins, sprawling vineyards, and grand marble cathedrals. Today, it's a country celebrated for its art, its cuisine, and its ability to capture hearts. But the Italy we know, with its rich cultural allure, didn't just appear on the map fully formed. Its evolution has been long, tumultuous, and remarkable, a true Odyssey through the ages. Imagine, if you will, Italy's origins not as a unified country, but as a mosaic of tribes and civilizations. The story begins in antiquity, before the glories of the Roman Empire rose to dominate the world. The Italian peninsula was home to a myriad of ancient peoples. The Etruscans in the north and central regions brought sophistication and innovation to architecture, religion, and governance. To the south, Greek colonists left their mark on what was later called Magna Graecia, founding cities like Naples and Syracuse that thrived as centers of philosophy, science, and art. Side by side, these cultures laid the foundation for Italy's identity, a land of creativity, ingenuity, and ambition. But then, around the 8th century BCE, on the banks of the river Tiber, a small settlement took root. A settlement that would grow into the epicenter of history, Rome. At first glance, Rome seemed insignificant, just another city-state among many. But something about Rome, its daring, its discipline, its sheer audacity, changed the course of human history. By 509 BCE, the Roman Republic emerged, heralding Italy's first flirtation with the idea of governance by the people. Rome expanded across the peninsula, conquering neighboring regions and weaving them into a single political entity. Under this republic, Romans built roads that began to stitch together the disparate corners of Italy, creating a network that would last centuries. But the republic was only the beginning. After political turmoil and the meteoric rise of one of history's greatest leaders, Julius Caesar, Rome transitioned into an empire under Augustus in 27 BCE. Italy became the heart of a sprawling behemoth, the Roman Empire that stretched across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Rome's dominance brought unparalleled advancements to Italy. Aqueducts carried fresh water, grand amphitheaters became hubs of entertainment, laws and language unified its inhabitants. Italy, through Rome, became the architect of Western civilization. Philosophy flourished under statesmen like Cicero, architecture soared under minds like Vitruvius, and military innovations ensured Rome's supremacy. But as the centuries passed, the empire fell victim to its own weight and external pressures. By the 5th century CE, Rome crumbled, marking the end of an ancient era. Yet Italy was far from dormant. The fall of the Roman Empire plunged the Italian peninsula into upheaval. It became a patchwork of kingdoms and duchies, often targeted by barbarian invasions, by Goths, Vandals, Lombards. Yet amidst the chaos, Italy remained a cultural and intellectual force. In the north, centers like Florence kept alive the spirit of innovation. Meanwhile, Venice began rising as a trade superpower, creating wealth from its maritime dominance. Further south, the Norman conquest of Sicily blended Italian, Arabic, and Byzantine cultures in a way unmatched anywhere else in Europe. The island became a dazzling hub, full of towering castles, elaborate mosaics, and bustling bazaars. Despite political fragmentation, Italy was quietly nurturing the seeds of an age that would redefine humanity. And by the 14th century, those seeds blossomed. What came next was nothing short of a rebirth, a literal renaissance. From the 14th to 17th centuries, Italy surged forward as the cradle of art, science, and humanism. Think of Michelangelo chiseling David from stone, Da Vinci painting the enigmatic Mona Lisa while sketching designs for flying machines, Galileo daring to peer through his telescope, challenging the very nature of the universe. Italy was a crucible of creativity, leading not just Europe, but the world into a new era. Behind the Renaissance's glories was an economic engine fueled by city-states brimming with wealth. Banking dynasties like the Medici of Florence poured resources into art and culture. Trade across Mediterranean routes brought in riches and ideas. But Italy wasn't just celebrating, it was wrestling with contradictions. While art sung of humanity's potential, Italy as a political entity remained fragmented. Weakened by constant infighting between rival city-states and domination by foreign powers like Spain and France. And yet, Italy's influence during the Renaissance cemented its place as the cultural pulse of the Western world. But the brilliance of centuries faded as Italy faced new challenges in the modern age. By the time of Napoleon's exploits in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, the Italian peninsula was still divided, and many of its territories were controlled by foreign empires. Austrians ruled the north, the Spanish Bourbon dynasty clutched the south. Italy was nothing close to unified. It was the mid-19th century when a glimmer of hope emerged. The spark of Italian nationalism caught fire, led by visionaries like Giuseppe Garibaldi, Count Camillo di Cavour, and King Victor Emmanuel II. The Risorgimento, or Resurgence, fought for the dream of unification, bringing together Italy's fragmented pieces. By 1861, that dream became reality, or at least the start of it. Italy officially declared itself a single kingdom, with Victor Emmanuel as its first king. It wasn't perfect. Rome and Venice wouldn't join until years later, but the foundation was set. It's here that Italy began grappling with new questions of identity. How would it transition from regional rivalries to national unity? How would it reclaim past greatness while carving a place in modern geopolitics? The 20th century, Italy's triumphs and trials. Fast forward to the 20th century, and Italy faced both soaring ambition and devastating trials. The birth of fascism under Benito Mussolini in the 1920s led to dark chapters of oppression and alliances with Nazi Germany during World War II. Italy's cities, including historic treasures like Naples and Florence, suffered bombings and hardship. When the dust of war settled, Italy emerged battered but determined. In 1946, the monarchy dissolved, giving rise to the Italian Republic. Around the same time, the Marshall Plan jump-started Italy's economy, paving the way for its post-war recovery. The decades that followed saw Italy transform itself. Its industries modernized, its fashion became iconic on the global stage, and by the late 20th century, its cuisine took the world by storm. Pizza and pasta might seem ordinary in modern kitchens, but they represent Italy's ability to share simple, profound joys with the world. And now, here we are in the 21st century, a globalized world where Italy still shines. Modern Italy houses bustling cities like Milan, revered as a capital of style and innovation. It hosts tourists who flock to Venice's canals, Rome's Colosseum, and Tuscany's vineyards. It remains a leading voice in art, design, cinema, and a champion of preserving history. But Italy is more than just its famous landmarks. Its legacy lies in the way it's shaped everything around us. Law from Rome, beauty from the Renaissance, and resilience from every chapter of its history. As it moves forward, Italy continues to embrace its dual identity, both a keeper of ancient traditions and a driver of modern movements. It's a reminder that while nations evolve, their essence, like Italy's timeless charm, remains. When most people think about Italy, their minds wander to images of ancient ruins, stunning coastlines, or mouth-watering cuisine. But tucked away within Italy's rich history, there's also a fascinating story about how the nation crafted its modern political identity, and at its center lies the figure of the President of Italy. Today, we're diving deep into the history and role of Italy's presidents, exploring how they've guided the nation through decades of change, challenges, and triumphs. To understand the role of the President of Italy, we first need to understand Italy's system of government. Italy is a parliamentary republic, which means that while the Prime Minister holds considerable executive power as the head of government, the President serves as the head of state. The presidency isn't just a ceremonial office, it's a key stabilizing force, a moral compass, and in times of crisis, a potential guardian of the nation's democracy. The institution of the presidency itself was born in 1946, a moment of profound transformation for Italy. After years of turmoil under Benito Mussolini's fascist dictatorship and the devastation of World War II, Italians voted in a historic referendum to abolish the monarchy. The decision was close. Just over 54% of voters opted to establish a republic, but it marked a crucial turning point. Out went the House of Savoy, the royal family that had ruled Italy since its unification in the 19th century. In came the Italian Republic, complete with a new constitution and a new office, the president. The very first person to hold this office was Enrico de Nicola, elected in 1946. Interestingly, de Nicola didn't officially carry the title President of the Republic at first. Instead, he was referred to as Provisional Head of State, while Italians finalized a new system of governance. De Nicola was a seasoned lawyer and politician, respected for his wisdom and integrity, traits that made him the ideal figure to guide Italy through its fragile early years as a republic. By the time he officially became the Republic's first president in 1948, de Nicola had already played a pivotal role in shaping Italy's democratic foundations. But soon after de Nicola, the presidency became a more prestigious and politically significant office. The post-war period was marked by immense uncertainty. Italy was rebuilding its economy, re-establishing its international reputation, and grappling with deep political divisions between the left and the right. Against this backdrop, the president symbolized national unity, even as Italy's parliamentary system ensured that day-to-day governing largely fell to the prime minister. One of the most influential early presidents was Luigi Einaudi, who served from 1948 to 1955. Einaudi was an economist and a strong advocate of liberal democracy. He brought a sense of intellectual rigor to the office, emphasizing financial stability and fostering trust in Italy's fledgling institutions. Though his presidency was far from flashy, Einaudi's steady hand helped cement the role of the presidency as a stabilizing force during Italy's recovery. As the years rolled on, the presidency evolved, reflecting and responding to Italy's changing political climate. By the mid-20th century, Italy was navigating an era of political fragmentation, characterized by the dominance of the Christian Democracy Party and frequent changes in government. During this time, presidents often acted as mediators between rival factions, striving to maintain political equilibrium. Giovanni Gronchi, who served as president from 1955 to 1962, exemplified this balancing act. Gronchi's presidency is remembered in part for his attempts to strengthen Italy's international relationships, particularly with countries in the developing world, as Italy sought to carve out its post-war identity on the global stage. Now, let's fast forward to the 1970s, a decade often referred to as the Years of Lead in Italy. This was a dark and tumultuous period, marked by political extremism, terrorism, and economic crises. It was during this time that the presidency became especially significant. Presidents like Giovanni Leone emerged as figures of hope and stability amid the chaos. Presidents like Giovanni Leone and Sandro Pertini emerged as figures of hope and stability amid the chaos. Sandro Pertini, in particular, left an indelible mark on Italy's collective memory. Serving as president from 1978 to 1985, Pertini was a former resistance fighter during Italy's war against fascism, a symbol of the nation's struggle for democracy. Known for his deep connection to the Italian people, Pertini was celebrated for his straightforward, heartfelt speeches and his unwavering belief in justice and equality. His tenure coincided with several tragedies, including the Bologna train station bombing in 1980. During those dark hours, Pertini's ability to channel the nation's grief and resilience solidified his reputation as one of Italy's most beloved presidents. As Italy entered the 1990s, it faced a different set of challenges. The so-called Mani Pulite, or clean hands investigations, uncovered widespread corruption in Italian politics, shaking public faith in the government. Oscar Luigi Scalfaro, who served as president during this turbulent time, played a critical role in preserving Italy's democratic institutions. Despite immense political pressure, Scalfaro worked tirelessly to ensure that justice was served and that the presidency remained an independent and trusted institution. Moving into the 21st century, the presidents of Italy have continued to adapt to the country's evolving political landscape. Carlo Azeglio Ciampi, Giorgio Napolitano, and Sergio Mattarella, who have each served as president in recent years, exemplify the modern face of the office. Ciampi, a former central banker, emphasized national pride and unity, famously advocating for the widespread use of Italy's national anthem as a symbol of shared identity in the wake of the euro's introduction. Giorgio Napolitano, in contrast, was a veteran of the Italian left and the first former communist to hold the presidency. During his unprecedented 2 terms, from 2006 to 2015, Napolitano played a central role in managing Italy's response to the European financial crisis, working closely with European leaders to stabilize the Italian economy. And finally, we arrive at Sergio Mattarella, a man whose presidency reflects many of the same values that shaped Italy's first decades as a republic: integrity, impartiality, and a commitment to democratic principles. Elected in 2015, Mattarella has overseen Italy through a challenging era marked by political fragmentation, the COVID-19 pandemic, and debates over Italy's role within the European Union. In crucial moments, such as Italy's government negotiations in 2021, Mattarella has stepped in as a mediator, demonstrating the enduring importance of the presidency in ensuring political stability. While the President of Italy may not wield the same executive power as some other heads of state, the office remains a cornerstone of the Italian Republic. Over the years, Italy's presidents have embodied resilience, wisdom, and a steadfast devotion to their nation. They've been witnesses and participants in Italy's modern history, steering the country with a quiet strength that echoes through the decades. And as Italy looks toward the future, one thing is clear: the presidency will continue to play a vital role, offering Italians a symbol of unity in a nation as dynamic and diverse as the land it represents. From the cobblestone streets of Florence to the rolling hills of Tuscany, from the bustling markets of Naples to the grandeur of Rome, the story of Italy's presidents is, above all, a testament to the enduring spirit of a republic forged in the crucible of history. Thank you for watching Historical Moments. We hope you enjoyed this trip through history. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the past. Until next time, keep exploring the moments that changed history.